That's right, Janine. You may recall last week the president made a stunning statement. He said that his decision as to when to reopen the economy, that is balancing lives on one side, the economy on the other, would be the most difficult decision of his life. Well, it appears he has made up his mind, but he's made up his mind to not make any decision at all and instead instruct the governors to do it.
Governors will be empowered to tailor an approach that meets the diverse circumstances of their own states.
The president went on to make it clear he will not be making the decision about when to reopen each state. The governors will have that awesome responsibility.
If they need to remain closed, we will allow them to do that. And if they believe it is time to reopen, we will provide them the freedom and guidance to accomplish that task, and very, very quickly, depending on what they want to do.
The Washington Post is reporting the president's decision to pass the responsibility onto the governors is largely designed to shield him from blame if there are new outbreaks after the states reopen. That's according to several current and former senior administration officials involved in the response. But the president's task force is providing guidelines for states if they choose to utilize them.
Opening up America again, and that's what we're doing. We're opening up our country.
The task force is recommending 3 phases for reopening each state. But before entering phase 1, states should see a downward trajectory of flu-like and COVID-like illnesses and a downward trajectory of documented COVID-19 cases within a 14-day period. In phase 1, vulnerable individuals should continue to shelter in place. Everyone should maintain social distancing and minimize non-essential travel. Schools and daycare centers that are closed should remain closed. Large venues, including churches and restaurants, can operate under strict social distancing guidelines. If there's no evidence of a rebound and cases continue to decline for 14 days, phase 2 kicks in, allowing non-essential travel and schools can reopen. If there's no rebound for another 2 weeks and cases continue to lower, phase 3 would allow vulnerable people to resume public interaction. Throughout this plan, there's no specific mention of a requirement for widespread testing and contact tracing, elements that up until now have been considered vital by public health experts at all levels. Washington Governor Jay Inslee says testing will be imperative for his state to reopen.
We need 2 things to move forward to the next phase. 1, we have to have fewer number of infections, and 2, we need a much more robust testing and contact tracing organization, which we are making some progress on.
California is going its own way as well, putting together a very robust testing system and enlisting thousands of people to help with contact tracing. Governor Newsom has made it clear those elements will be absolutely critical before the state can get back open again. Back to you.
All right, Randy, thank you.